Stable U.S.-China ties. Benefit the world, says U.S. President Joe Biden after candid talks with Xi. Before we dive in details, please subscribe to the channel and stay always one step ahead to know all global important events happening around you. Give a thumbs up and share the video with your family and friends. Let's move on with the video. President Joe Biden said the world expects the U.S. and China to better manage their competition, making the case for sustained U.S. involvement in the Asia-Pacific region, a day after his high-profile meeting with Chinese leader Xi Jinping. Biden reassured Asia-Pacific economies of American commitment at a summit in San Francisco Thursday, and said his talks with Chinese leader Xi Jinping would provide stability for the region and the whole world. Biden called his discussion with Xi candid and constructive, and said he emphasized to his Chinese counterpart that the United States does not seek conflict. "We're not going anywhere," AFP quoted Biden as saying at the APEC, Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Group, which includes 21 members, but lives under the shadow of U.S.-China relations. "I said it's because we're a Pacific nation. Because of us, there's been peace and security in the region, allowing you to grow." He didn't disagree, said Biden. Biden and Xi met on Wednesday and announced the resumption of military-to-military communications and agreements to jointly combat fentanyl trafficking. After their meeting, Xi addressed another gathering of business executives at a dinner, where he told U.S. attendees, including Apple Inc. Chief Executive Tim Cook, BlackRock Inc.'s Larry Fink, and Steven Schwartzman of Blackstone Inc., that China hoped to be a partner and a friend. "I met with Xi yesterday, leader to leader, to make sure there's no miscommunication between us. As always, I've met with them more than any other world leader because when I was vice president, it was concluded that I should get to know him. It was inappropriate for the President of the United States to be meeting with the Vice President," he said. Biden said the talks over the next 2 days would focus on issues including artificial intelligence, climate resilience, and supply chains, adding that the challenges before us today are unlike those faced by previous groups of APEC leaders. The U.S. president also used the forum to push the importance of workers' rights, dovetailing with his domestic support of unions amid a string of high-profile strikes in the automobile, healthcare, and entertainment industries. Biden said the administration was committed to securing protections for workers in any trade deal. "We have upheld our commitment to unions," Biden said. "Each of the framework pillars includes strong pro-labor outcomes. Despite these, both nations understand the importance of maintaining a certain degree of stability in their relations. The world is watching, and the actions of these two superpowers will undoubtedly have a profound impact on the global stage. The U.S.-China relationship is a delicate balancing act, one that requires careful navigation to avoid tipping the scales towards conflict." Looking ahead, the future of U.S.-China relations remains uncertain but holds significant implications for the world. As the Biden administration navigates this complex relationship, President Biden himself has underscored the importance of stable ties between the two nations for the global benefit. This sentiment, while not guaranteeing smooth sailing, does point towards a potential for collaborative dialogue and mutual cooperation. In terms of the global economy, the interdependence of the U.S. and China is evident. Their trade and investment relations have far-reaching impacts, affecting not only their own economic health but also the stability of the world economy. Any drastic shifts in their economic policies could create ripples globally, making their relationship a critical factor for international economic stability. On the political front, the relationship between the U.S. and China is a key determinant of the global power dynamics. As two of the world's most influential nations, their interactions can shape international relations, influence alliances, and set the tone for major global debates. Their decisions carry weight, and their cooperation or discord can significantly impact global politics. Security-wise, the U.S. and China's approach towards each other can affect global peace and security. Issues like the South China Sea dispute, cybersecurity, and nuclear proliferation are areas where their cooperation or conflict can have global ramifications. The upcoming Biodiversity Action Plan meeting in Kunming, China, is a prime example of an opportunity for the two nations to cooperate in addressing global challenges. As the world grapples with climate change and the threat of future pandemics, the need for a united front is more vital than ever. The U.S. and China, with their resources and influence, could play a pivotal role in shaping global strategies for these pressing issues. The future of U.S.-China relations is a topic of global interest. The decisions made by these superpowers will have far-reaching impacts on the world. In conclusion, the US-China relationship is a key factor in the global political and economic landscape. The present state of affairs illustrates a complex dynamic, a mix of competition and cooperation. Both nations have influential roles in the world, and their interactions have ripple effects on global politics, economy, and security. This relationship has been marked by challenges and opportunities. The ties between the two have been strained due to various issues such as trade disputes, human rights concerns, and differences over Taiwan. However, there are also areas of potential collaboration like climate change, pandemics, and global economic stability that can't be overlooked. The future of US-China relations is also of significant interest. As we've discussed, the unfolding dynamics will largely hinge on how both countries navigate their differences while identifying and working on areas of common interest. The interactions between these two global powers will undoubtedly shape the course of the 21st century. Though the path ahead is uncertain, the world watches with anticipation as this crucial relationship evolves.